What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we'll be full Roaring Moon Evolution and Forms team. I'll be using Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence, and Roaring Moon to make up a team of 4. This was a pretty good challenge. Obviously, I was only using 4 Pokemon, and most of the team, well, 2 of the team was pretty good, but the others weren't so good. So it made a pretty good challenge for using this team of 4, and I've got 6 battles today with this team, so I really hope you enjoy. First battle here, this was on the Poke Portal, I believe, and this one was against Gwen, and we got a Magna Zone lead. I'm in the zone with my Bagon lead. So this Bagon is a pretty scary lead because it's got scary face. Now, this set is all around flinching the opponent. So we've got all the scummy moves here. We've got Headbutt, Rock Slide, and Bite, Max Attack and Max Speed, Atom Nature, and Rockhead as the ability. That's, going to help so much. Anyway, people, if you do enjoy the videos, make sure you hit that like button too. Helps me out a lot. And spreads the soul around so other people can see it. And tell me what you think about Roaring Moon, Salamence, Bagon, Shelgon. Do you like these Pokemon? I think they're pretty cool Pokemon. Do you like Roaring Moon as its paradox? Or do you think it might have been something else? Or do you think they nailed it? Next Pokemon is going to be my Salamence. This is my special set here. Now we got Hurricane, Hydro Pump, Dragapulse, and Rain Dance. This was actually a throwback to one of the random egg move streams I did. I think it was maybe half a year ago or something like that, and I think it was called Big Papa Pump or something like that. I can't remember, but it was a really funny set, and it was all, but in this case, Big Mother Pump, and in this case, we're going to be setting the rain up here, and then going for the Hydro Pump and Hurricane combination. Now, Corp's going to take a Hydro Pump right down the gullet, and it's going to be fainting in one move. I guess they didn't expect a special move, they expected a physical move, so that was awesome. So here comes the Magnezone again. Magnezone is going to get dropped too, so that's 2 Pokemon down now for the special Salamence. So things are going swimmingly at the moment. Now, the item I've got on my Salamence here is Damp Rock, so we can make that, that rain go for 8 turns. And I've got the EV Spreaders, Max Speed and Max Special Attack and 4 in Defense there. And this is a Timid Nature Salamence. Now, the Terra type I've got in is Terra Flying because I think this will be pretty powerful to use the Hurricane and Terra Flying too. So I knew the opponent would probably go for an Ice Shard there. I know that's Glalie main physical priority move there to use. And Hurricane almost takes that. It's very, very close. I wonder why it's called T for. I've got no idea why it's called T. Unless you put ice cubes in your... Wait, it's Ice Tea. I get it. Is that... I wonder if that's the name. That's all I can think of there. Anyway, so I've got another Shelgon here. This is a bulky sweeping set. I know I can take Ice Shard easy peasy. Now, this is a Dragon Dance Everlight set, and we've got on it D-Dance, Dragon Rush, Iron Head, and Double Edge. Rockhead as the ability, and we've got Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. So most of this team was sweeping sets, and it was the battles were pretty quick, that's why. Now, on this Dragon Dancing set here, I'm going to be boosting up my attack and speed against the Glalie. And I'm thinking, well, I could go for Iron Head too. Obviously, they're trying to flinch me and make me very, very salty and get some moodies up at the same time too there. Unfortunately, I've got Double Edge there, and that's going to be doing a lot of damage. And also with Rockhead, I'm not going to take any recalls. That's like really nice too, like having Rockhead. Unfortunately, Shelgon doesn't have much to use outside of Double Edge. Next Pokemon is going to be Sliggoo, who I've got for a Dragon Rush, and that's the end of the Sliggoo. That could have possibly been a bulky Everlight set in the rain, which would have been a pain. So that's 4 Pokemon down there. And the next Pokemon is going to be Slaking. So it's like, okay, out comes Brad. I don't know what these names even mean. If anyone can pick up on like a theme team here, let me know all about it in the comment section. I've got no idea what's going on at the moment. So that's the end of the Shelgon there. And it's got a Toxic Orb as the item too. Okay, I say. So maybe I'd say they're going to use Facade. So next Pokemon I'm going to bring is going to be Salamence. Now, I can go for the Hurricane, or I could go for the Rain Dance here. We've got the Slaking swapping out. Obviously, Truant is a thing there. And we got Minion coming in here, which is going to not be so much of a problem because I can go for a super effective Hurricane after, unless they're able to tank it. So I was like, I don't know about this. So go for the Hurricane here anyway. This is going to be doing some pretty good damage there, and that is going to take it out in one shot. Wait a second. Have I fainted every one of these Pokemon? Is this a sweep? I think this might be a sweep. I actually didn't even realize. I think I actually took this entire team out. So anyway, I went for the Hurricane on the Slaking. And that's it. That's a Salamence sweep. A special Salamence sweep. I think I got them all right. I got the Magnezone, the Clorfdart, the Hydro Pump, Yeah, I got it. I didn't even realize that. Only on people, Shadow Baby. Thank you, Gwen, for the battle, and thank you for being good sport. Next battle here, I'm not sure my trainer opponent's name here, but we've got a Hydreigon lead. Now, first Pokemon is a Bagon. Now, I've got to tell you a funny story, right? One time when I was a kid, we did like this, it was like a theatrical play at school, right? And someone had to be a tree, right? And I went like I dressed up a costume. I got a couple of branches, and I stood as a tree for the whole time. It was the most splendid display of acting you'd ever see. Then, right, another time, it was like, oh, we need to have like a really big pile of rubbish here. And I'm right, I got some rubbish, I put a bag on my head, and I was a pile of rubbish. It's true, people, it was true. I was a pile of rubbish and a tree. You know, putting a bag on your head. Anyway, I think everyone missed a joke, but it is actually a true story. So next Pokemon is going to be Shelgon here, and I'm going to go for a Dragon Rush. I was thinking, actually, no, I'm going to go for Dragon Dance, because I'm pretty sure I can live through the attack. Has anyone else been in a play where they had to be a tree or a pile of rubbish or just something insignificant like that? Like, tell me all about it in the comment section. I'm probably going to be the only one, and people are going to be roasting me. Anyway, so I'm going to hit by that Dank Pulse there. No flinchy flinch, and that is going to be the end of the Hydreigon. So a good Pokemon to get rid of there at the start of the battle. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here against my Shelgon is going to be Cloyster. So I'm like, all right, you're definitely going to go for a Shell Smash here. You know, Dragon Rush does good damage there. Unfortunately, I did not get the flinch. I was kind of hoping to get that, but, you know, then again, I was lucky to hit it, so I wasn't complaining there. So now the Cloyster's got a little Shell Smash up there. It's going to get a +2 in attack speed and special attack. So I'm wondering, I might be able to outspeed this still because I've got Jolly Nature, right? And I took out the Cloyster Shell Smash, and that's it. So things are going awesome right now. Shelgon is absolutely, you know, really annihilating this team. Next Pokemon is Salamence. It's a family feud. So anyway, my attack's going to get dropped there. I'm going for the flinch. It almost takes it out, and I got a flinch. Man, the Shelgon is popping off. So we're going to go for the double edge here. Wait, is this a double sweep? Is this a Salamence sweep then a Shelgon sweep? And I didn't even realize when I was so tired editing this video, like putting all the battles together. So I'm going to go for the double edge there on the Magnezone. I know that's not going to fate, and Magnezone's going to go for a Thunder Wave here, slowing down my Shelgon. I don't know what I could do. I think I had to sacrifice my Shelgon here. Now the Magnezone's going to go for a Flash Cannon, and that is the end of Shelgon. Man, that was really, really close there. Almost a Shelgon sweep as well. Matter of fact, I have done a Shelgon sweep back in the day, if you do like Shelgon. Next Pokemon's going to be the Salamence you've seen from before. We're going to go for that Hydro Pump. I couldn't risk setting up the rain and stuff there. And this Magnezone is actually pretty bulky. They're not running any like Assault Vest because they're using status moves, but they're definitely running like max health, maybe even some special defensive EVs here. So anyway, here comes the Thunderbolt. That's doing great damage to Salamence. Salamence get paralyzed, which is really, really unfortunate. I was like, I don't know whether I'm going to live this next attack. If that was like, you know, a minimum roll, then I don't know about this. So now the opponent is going to go for a Terra here. And it's going to be a Terra Steel Magnezone. So it's got a big, well, it's almost like a big fridge magnet, but there's like a hammer on top of it, right? So here comes a Flash Cannon from the Magnezone. This is going to hurt like heck. So here comes the Salamence, and it's going to get wrecked. So I was like, okay, well, I've got one more Pokemon left. It is Roaring Moon. Last battle, you didn't get to see Roaring Moon because, you know, that Salamence just completely swept up here. So now we're going to go to Roaring Moon. This set is absolute sweat because I really had to put one good set on this team because I was using only 4 Pokemon. So we got the Booster Energy. We've got D-Dance, Acrobatics, Earthquake, and Iron Head, and I've got Terra Steel as well. So go for the Earthquake there, outspeeding the Magnezone, and that is the end of the second battle. So just cleaning up that Magnezone real nicely there at the end. It helped it was still a, you know, Steel type too. So thank you to the battle, whoever that opponent was there. Let's get on to battle number 3. This is a battle against Juliana, I think that's is. And we got a Arbolivia lead here. So people were roasting me how I said this Pokemon's name to. Someone was like, hello from Arbolivia. I don't know what they were talking about. They wrote like a song or something like that. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, so we got a Terra right off the ripper here. I've got my Bagon, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I might be able to outspeed this because this Pokemon really isn't exactly known for speed. It's not exactly a speed demon, you know. Now, we got a Terra Fairy here. I was terrified of this thing. So now I'm going to go for the headbutt there, hoping I can get a flinch, and I've activated the Seed Power. Seed Power is going to put the grassy terrain on the field, and here comes the Terra Dazzling Gleam. And I had a really, really bad feeling about this because I'm like, well, at least I can outspeed it, you know? So I'm going to leave that with the Focus Ash, thank goodness. And I'm thinking if I can get 1 to 2 flinches here, Bagon should be able to take the Oblivion out and, you know, I'll be good for the next Pokemon. I might even be able to get like a scary face off. You never know. You know, Bagon's got a very, very scary face. So go for a headbutt number 2 here. Good quality damage with the critical hit. Unfortunately, it's going to take me out with a Giga Drain there. Disrespect Giga Drain. That was very, very mean there. So it's going to get a little bit of suck there from the Giga Drain and some more from the grassy terrain. So bye-bye Bagon. You did a pretty good job there. Actually, looking at all the shinies from Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence, and Roaring Moon, I think they're all pretty good. The one that I probably like the most is probably Roaring Moon because it looks like Kecleon. It does. Like, it really does look like Kecleon. So we're going to go into Salamence. Wait, what's wrong with Salamance's color? It looks like it's blue. Seriously, like if you went back there, it was quite blue. I think it was because of the lighting of the grass. Now it looks green, but before it looks blue. Or I'm just going blind. I could just be going blind. Anyways, here comes a Dazzling Gleam. That does a lot of damage to my Salamence. Obviously, it's coming from a Terra Oblivion. It's got a lot of special attack too. So I wanted to set up the rain there, but I thought it'd be better just to go for an attacking move. And thank goodness we got some Pups off there, and Arbolivia is going to be faint. So that's excellent. So that's a Terra Pokemon down already, and I've still got a Terra in the back too, so my opponent should be, you know, very, terrified. Next Pokemon's going to be Veluza. This was scary, so I went for the Hurricane there. I know they're going to go for Fill It Away there, and Veluza is going to be eating a Citrus Berry. So I was like, I wonder where this is going to land, and it landed just below half health. I couldn't use Fill It Away. I would have got probably wrecked there by that thing. So that's excellent. Now it can't use Fill It Away. Well, it can now, but it's going to almost faint itself. And I was like, okay, I have to go for Hurricane here. Let's blow this fishy away. And that is the end of the Veluza. So very nice quality performance once again there by the special Salamence. So out comes Koraidon. Oh, this is bad. So out comes the Sun here too. And Salamence is not going to have much luck on the Sun. So all I've got is Hurricane. Obviously, Hurricane's going to miss. It's me. And the Sun's out. And now Koraidon's going to go for a Draco Meteor miss. And it happened twice in a row. So I went for Hurricane. And then Koraidon went for Draco miss, right? So we kept missing and missing and missing. And finally, one of us actually connected an attack here. And that was me. Because I was like, I'm not going to use another attack. I'm just going to go for Dragon Pulse, right? Dragon Pulse does a really, really good down to damage there. And Salamence is going to faint there. So it was a close. If I landed my Hurricane, it would have been phenomenal, but with the Sun up, there was such a small chance of that. So now we're going to go into little Shelgon here. Shelgon, I'm feeling this. I can go for that Dragon Dance there. I know that I could probably definitely live a Draco Meteor, unless this gets a crit, So here comes a Draco Meteor. That does a lot of damage considering I am Everlighter, and it did use a Draco Meteor before. And now Shelgon is going to get a +1 in attack and speed. So things are pretty good right now. I can go for a double edge and finish this off. It's not going to miss. I'm not going to lose any recall or anything like that. So that is the end of the Koraidon. Now, the last Pokemon my opponent brings here, I think this is a 4v4, is going to be the Salamence, and it's got the Sand String. Yeah, it's a 4v4. So going for Iron Head there, excellent damage on Tyranitar. I took some Rocky Helmet damage, which is kind of nasty, and now the Tyranitar is going to go for the Rock Slide, and that is the end of the Shelgon. So all I've got left now is the Roaring Moon. So Roaring Moon is going to swap in here, and straight away it's going to get an attack boost there from the boost edge. This Pokemon is so strong, right? I know its typing is kind of bad, but it's still such a really, really powerful Pokemon. So now I don't even need to go for the Terra. I can just go for an Iron Head, and that is the end of the Tyranitar. Oh, I took a bit of Rocky Helmet damage there on the way out. So thank you, Juliana, for the battle there. I was a little bit scared of Arbolivia and Veluza there. They were very, very scary Pokemon. Let's get on to battle number 4. This is a battle against, so I'm not really sure. If someone could translate, that's awesome. And a big shout out to all the people who always translate the non-English games in the comment section. I do appreciate that. So we got a 4v6 battle here, and we got Talonflame versus Bagon. What could possibly go wrong here? So I've got Rock Slide. I'm like, well, that's going to be some pretty good damage. I went for the Rock Slide. It's going to go for Acrobatics. I was like, oh, this is going to be good, right? I hope this doesn't miss, and it didn't miss. And Talonflame gets absolutely dominated in one shot there. which is awesome. So what a great start to the battle there. Now, the next Pokemon I come at is going to be Dragapult, and Dragapult is going to go for a Dragon Rush and it misses. I'm like, oh, that's really, really cool. I'm going to go for Bite this turn. I'll be honest, I didn't even think I'd live that. So Bite does excellent damage there. Now Dragon Rush is going to land on the Bagon, and Bagon is going to faint there. But quality performance on Bagon, you know. So the next Pokemon is Shelgon. I'm feeling confident right now. I feel like I can get a Dragon Dance up here and maybe sweep to the same. So this seems to have Dragon Darts as well. That does a lot of damage, almost taking my bulky Everlight Shelgon out. And so I've got +1 in speed now, so that's pretty good. Am I going to get outspeeded? That was the question, because Dragapult is very, very fast, you know. So I managed to outspeed, get the Dragon Rush off there, and end the Dragapult. So that was a very, very good Pokemon to get rid of there, because it's a nice little counter to my team. Next Pokemon is going to be Sylveon. So I'm like, oh, I've got Iron Head. Let's see what this does. It absolutely dominated it in one shot. Man, it just put it away. Put it on the sidelines. Next Pokemon's going to be Garchomp. What is this, like a counter? Look at these counters. Dragapult, Sylveon, Garchomp. What's going on today? So I missed my Dragon Rush, which is really, really unfortunate. And now Garchomp's going to finish me off with a Dragon Claw. So that's bad. So I've got Salamence safe. It's time for a big pump here. I can go for a Hydro Pump, or I can go for a Rain Dance. With the Intimidate up, I was like, nah, we'll just go for Dragon Pulse. That should do some pretty good damage. Garchomp lives. It didn't even have a Focus Ash. It lived on 1 health. The merch still available, people. I've got to go for a second Dragon Pulse to take it out. So bye-bye Garchomp there. Thank goodness I had Intimidate as my ability too. That would have been nasty if I didn't. Next Pokemon is going to be Goldengo. So Goldengo, I was like, well, I can go for Hydro Pump. That's about it. Pretty good damage there. Now Goldengo's going to go for the Shadow Ball. People like roast me as well. They're like, oh, Pimknight's not saying Goldengo, he's saying Dingo, like Australian dingo, like the animal. Like, that's actually not what I'm saying, really. Next Pokemon is going to be Roaring Moon here. I mean, Flying Kecleon. Now, Flying Kecleon should be able to go for an easy-peasy Earthquake here and take out our friend Goldengo. So I'm going to go for that Earthquake there, and it missed. They had Bright Powder. I'm like, what is going on here? So then they went for a Scumbag Make It Rain. It did pretty good damage there to Roaring Moon. Now I was like, man, I hope I don't miss his attack because I'm done. So go for the Earthquake there, and Goldengo is going to faint. So there you go, a Bright Powder Goldengo. They must have had that Bright Powder hidden in the little chest like pouch on their pants or whatever. Wait, it doesn't have any pants. Anyway, it's a little belt thing on its pants. Next Pokemon is going to be Lucario. So I went for the Terra here because I'm thinking, well, you know, I may as well get my Terra flying up here because I believe they're probably going to go for a fighting type move against me, having that dark type weakness, you know. So I've got that big old axe on my head. I know that it's not going to do as much there, but it still did pretty bit with acrobatics. I was happy with that. Now that Lucario went for Dragon Pulse instead, I was like, wow, I didn't expect them to go for the Dragon Pulse. I'll admit that. Then they went for a Terra here. I'm like, what are they going to Terra into? I mean, like, Dragon's not going to work. Then they went for Terra Fighting. It's like, I see. So maybe they could have gone for Terra Fighting before. That's actually what I thought they'd go for. Then my attack was going to be super effective, but it didn't happen. But it's just funny they went for that afterwards. I don't think they could have won that battle anyway in the matchup between Roaring Moon and Lucario. But anyway, thank you to my opponent there. And very nice. I like your Bright Powder Goldengo. That made me laugh and be very salty. Kijisoko? I'm not sure what that is. So, okay, so next, I thought that said Colgate. We got 2 Colgate Pokemon here. Actually, Bagon looks a little bit like the Colgate. When you look at its head, right, it sort of looks like the toothpaste that first comes out of you. You get your toothbrush, right, and then you got to squeeze the end of it, because if you squeeze the middle of it, right, you get all the stuff up the end of the toothpaste, like, 69 years later. Then you got to, press it out. Anyway, I'm just talking crap. So we got the toothpaste Bagon here. I'm going to go for the scary face, and we're going to drop that speed of the screaming face by 1. So now it's going to go for a play rough here. Bagon lived on 2. He lived on 2 health. What the heck? So I didn't even have to use my Focus Sash. And now I'm going to go for 4,000 headbutts. Unfortunately, I only went for 3,999, and Bagon is going to be fainting. So, it happens, people. I never got to flinch with this Pokemon the entire team I used. Like, out of all these battles, I got in other battles, but not this one. So now I'm going to go into Shelgon here. Interestingly enough there, the Screamtail is going to swap out, and we got Godzilla coming in. Oh, it's a play on Godzilla, but it's a Godzilla. I get that. So now I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance here. It was a prime opportunity to get that boost up there, and I'm thinking, well, I can go for a Dragon Rush here. I think they might go for an Ice Shard if they do have it. So I was like, well, I'm going to go for a Terra Shelgon. Oh, I don't know if I told you what I had Terra Normal on my Shelgon, so this is a bit of a surprise here. Plus, I wanted to see if the jewel spun around on Shelgon's little pupae body, but instead it just sat on there. So, okay, fair enough. So anyway, the jewel is like bigger than Shelgon's body, and actually it looks like a ring. Like, wait, you slip your finger through Shelgon's body and you put the ring on. Holy smoke, someone has to make this. Like Game Freak Pokemon, all you gotta do, right, is you just have to make the Shelgon's face, like, come inwards, and then you can slide your finger right through, and you got a Shelgon ring. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of Annihilate. It got absolutely annihilated by a Dragon Rush. Now, this was actually pretty good. Like, it was pretty powerful, this little set here. So next Pokemon's gonna be Hatterene. I'm gonna go for the Iron Head. Excellent damage on Hatterene, and I got a flinch, which is awesome. So, Hatterene's got the leftovers here, but it doesn't matter, because it's an easy 2-hit KO anyway. I wonder what Hatterene was actually going to do there. Maybe Trick Room? Like, none of its moves are going to be able to feint me from that range. So that's the end of Hatterene. Next Pokemon is going to be Colgate again. And we got a Terra here. So like, oh, I wonder what they're going to go into. Are they going to go into Fairy? Like, what's going to happen here? So we've got a Psychic here. I thought I was going to sneeze then. Sorry about that. Almost was about to this massive sneeze, but I just stifled it back there for you people owning on Pinot Channel. So I went for the double-edged Terra Normal, and that got absolutely wiped out in one shot. We got a Shelgon sweep happening here for you. So next Pokemon is Godzilla. It's come back in, and I'm just going to go for the double edge, but they cancelled the battle there because obviously they were going to lose to Shelgon. And that is the 5th battle there. Let's get on to the 6th and final battle there. I don't normally do 6 battles, so you people in for a treat today. I really hope you've been enjoying the battles and the content so far. If you are, hit that like button. Next Pokemon, first Pokemon actually, is going to be Scarlet. Not sure of my opponent's name either. Now they're going to go for a flower trick on Bagon. So Bagon, it still gets hit pretty hard by that. And now I can go for this scary face here. This will slow down Scarlet. It's a very, very fast Pokemon. I mean, it does have some priority about it, but it'd still be good to just make it sort of rely on that. Unfortunately, it has Bite. I'm like, what? It's a flinching set? So that's the end of Bagon. So they've got Flower Trick and Bite. That's kind of mean. That'd probably be something I'd do. Probably the Bite's right anyway. So I'm going to go into Shelgon here. I mean, if Meowscarlet wants to take a bite out of Shelgon, it's not going to do any damage whatsoever. So getting that Dragon out top, I'm feeling good about this. And now Meowscarlet is going to go for a Bite, and that's about a 5-hit KO. So go for the double edge. That is the end of the Bite flinching Meowscarlet. Very nice. Props to my opponent for that. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Lycanroc. Now, you wouldn't read about this. I went for the Iron Head here, and it didn't take out. I was like, oh, that's really, really close. And now the Lycanroc went for the Rock Slide. So, okay, I'm going to go for a Disrespect Dragon Rush because I know that it's No Guard. It wasn't No Guard. It was Vital. It was Vital Spirit. Like, come on. Unfortunately, it missed because I was being a smartass, and I was like, okay, it's got No Guard. And obviously, it didn't. So, lucky I lived a close combat. It was a very, very close thing there, and Lycanroc fainted. So that'll teach me to be a troll. Now, the next Pokemon here is going to be Arcanine. Like, well, it's probably going to have extreme speed. You know, that's the end of Shelgon. I'll just swap into another Pokemon. So here comes the extreme speed, and Shelgon is fainted. So if I wasn't such a troll there with the Lycanroc, I would have still lived that E-speed. Next Pokemon is going to be Salamence. I mean, at least they get to use the special Salamence again, right? So dropping Arcanine's attacks, like, I wonder what this can actually really do to me. Maybe Will-O-Wisp, that's about it, right? So getting the rain up there, and now they're going to go for a Flamethrower. It's a mix set, so they go for a burn in the rain there. It's ambitious, I'll tell you that. So Hydro Pump is going to miss, which sucks, and now it's got Bite as well. Another flinching set. This person's a troll. So go for the Hydro Pump there on the Arcanine. It just gets washed in one shot, which is awesome. So that's 3 Pokemon down. Now the last Pokemon here is going to be Mimico. It's like, oh, here we go. I hate versing Mimico so much. So go for the Hurricane there, and it's going to break its little disguise. Guys, what we're going to do to nerf Disguise, we're going to lose 1 health, and that's how we nerf Disguise, right? Very, very massive, powerful nerf. Anyway, that's the end of Salamence there, and we've got one more Pokemon left, which is Roaring Moon. Now, Roaring Moon should be able to outspeed here, and it easily should be able to take the Mimico out in one shot. So I'm going to get my little boost of energy. So this is max speed and max attack, of course, there. I have done a Roaring Moon guide if you do want to go watch how to use Roaring Moon. I've done some competitive and some fun sets too. And this one is Jolly Nature, and we've got max attack and max speed. So I'm going to go for the Terra Steel here, just in case, because I know if the Mimikyu does get a fairy type move off, it's really going to get a fairy type move off. So that's going to be the end of the Mimikyu there, and that is the end of all 6 battles with this team. Really hope you enjoyed them, the real rapid fire battles. And yeah, I'll be back with a moveset guide later on and some more theme teams and stuff tomorrow. Peace out, people.